This is Prime Crime Network. Welcome to the Filthy Badge series,
Police officers take an oath to protect and serve,
where we go precinct to precinct finding the dirtiest cops.
Delhi joined the force in 2015, but tonight he's in jail charged with rape.
Some officers across the country are misusing that authority.
And now, the accused.
Nouman Raja drove up in an unmarked van working undercover wearing this outfit when he boxed in Corey Jones. Raja claimed over and over he identified himself as a police officer, which a recorded call from Corey Jones to roadside assistance proves never happened.
Stop. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Then there's his explanation of why he shot Jones a second series of times as Jones was running away.
And I saw like a flash, a silver flash with like a metallic flash come at me. And in my head, I immediately said, aim, aim. And I was like, aim. And I just picked that front sight right in the center mass and I just pulled the trigger 3 times and I saw him drop and I saw something silver fall.
Investigators say it didn't happen like that Jones had already dropped his gun and Raja knew it. He told them he'd seen Jones throw something down as soon as he started running. And when he called 911 and shouted, "Drop your gun," investigators say that was faked, that Jones was already on the ground dying. Raja apparently knew his story was fishy. Investigators found a text message he sent to another officer immediately after the shooting, asking for details on a car that Boynton Beach police were looking for that was involved in a shooting earlier that night. His friend texted back this copy of the Be on the Lookout bulletin. Investigators think Raja might have been trying to claim he thought Jones's car was that suspicious Boynton Beach vehicle, and that's why he boxed it in. He knew he'd made a mistake, telling officers,
I'm kind of like kicking myself in the ass. Like, it's like thinking about hindsight. It's like our, golden rule. It's like, always act like a vehicle's always occupied. If I knew the vehicle was occupied, I would never put myself in a fatal funnel situation like this by pulling in front of it.
Prime Crime Network.
It was exclusive.
What's going on here is actually a demonstration in support of Corey Jones and Corey Jones' family. The judge this morning actually warning attorneys about this demonstration, saying while he can't control what happens outside of the courthouse, if the jury were to see this demonstration, he may actually have to declare a mistrial. So some of these demonstrators put away their signs just to prevent anything like that from happening. Back inside the courtroom, witness testimonies continued, the state calling investigators from the FBI and Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office who had worked the crime scene that day. This is getting into the nitty-gritty of the evidence at this point. But the most compelling part of the testimony probably this morning was a man named Sergeant Javier Garcia from the Palm Beach Gardens Police Department. He was questioned by both the state and the defense about why Raja wasn't wearing anything that showed him as a police officer, despite Garcia's instructions to him that Raja was not supposed to be undercover. Take a listen.
Was the purpose to be clearly identifiable as a law enforcement officer if necessary?
Yes.
And the instructions, were they to put his vest on when he was exiting the vehicle to make contact? Is that the instruction?
To be readily identifiable.
It goes over your head, correct? Tactical vest goes over your head, and it requires Velcro to put it on.
Yes, sir.
And there's a moment when you are putting it on over your head where you're blinded, right?
Yes, sir.
And you take another live look at these demonstrators. We spoke with one of them a few minutes ago, and they tell me they are here to fight police brutality. They are here in support of Corey Jones' family.
We, the jury, find as follows. As to count 1, we find a defendant guilty of manslaughter while armed with a firearm as charged in the information. We find a defendant guilty of manslaughter while armed with a firearm as charged in the information. As to count 2, we found a defendant guilty of attempted first-degree murder as charged in the information.
A jury delivering 2 guilty verdicts for Nouman Raja, bringing an end to his trial for killing 31-year-old Corey Jones back in 2015. Jones' car had broken down that night, and Raja, who was a Palm Beach Gardens police officer at the time, drove up in front of him. The encounter that followed left Jones dead on the grass, and for the next 3.5 years, Jones's family members were desperate for justice. Then finally on Thursday morning, Jones' family and friends celebrated in the hallways after the verdict came down.
You're doing a lot of bad, man, and sooner or later it's going to catch up. And my brother wasn't doing anything bad. You can see how his life was.
And outside, their celebrations continued, with family members hugging prosecutors and thanking everyone involved. But for Raja's family, this is a bitter day. And when asked for a comment, they cursed at the media and just kept walking.
Today is victory for our family, but at the same time, we are still suffering.
Family of Corey Jones calls it a victory. A former Palm Beach Gardens police officer, Nouman Raja, is sentenced to 25 years in the death of the local musician.
Both his brother and his wife spoke on his behalf for the first time. The Raja family offered condolences to the Jones family. Jones's family reminded the judge of the pain and suffering their family has gone through in the last 3.5 years, imagining what Corey Jones might have been feeling in those last moments. They believe Jones never learned that Nouman Raja was a police officer before he died.
No one was there to hold his hand, to comfort him, or to save his life. He was alone. But God is helping us through this. The person that we trusted to serve and protect did not.
I'm so sorry for the Jones family and their loss. By all accounts, Corey Jones was a good man. But I could assure you, Your Honor, so is my husband.
Nouman Raja's family members may have been worried for his safety in prison. It's been 5 months since the former Palm Beach Gardens police officer began serving his sentence for the death of Corey Jones in 2015. WPTV News Channel 5's Michelle Casada joins us with what records reveal about Raja's time behind bars. Michelle?
Kelly, Nouman Raja is currently at a minimum to medium security level prison southeast of Tallahassee. We learned just days after he arrived there, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office contacted the prison about inmates possibly trying to extort Raja.
This is the most recent photo of former police officer Nouman Raja serving a 25-year sentence for attempted murder and manslaughter. Shortly after sentencing, he was transferred to a Department of Corrections facility in Miami. Jail records show by the end of May, he was moved upstate to Wakulla Correctional Institution 20 miles southeast of Tallahassee. On June 5th, Raja began his jail job assignment as a houseman, a title used for janitor duties. But on June 10th, a prison supervisor received a call from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office stating Raja contacted his family and said inmates were trying to extort him. In an interview with the shift supervisor, Raja denied the claim and said he did not fear for his safety, handwriting, "I do not require any additional protection at this time." The supervisor said Raja will remain in the dorm protective management unit. Records show as of late August, he's been visited once by his wife and children for nearly 3 hours. On the same day, his visit overlapped with a visit from a paramedic in the Tallahassee area who used to work in Palm Beach County.
Raja's jail records show his minimum release date is May 29, 2040. He and his attorney are in the process of filing an appeal.
Thank you for watching Prime Crime Network, your source for urban and suburban and around the world news. Hit the subscribe, like, and the notification bell. And check us out on primecrimenetwork.com.